In 1964, a man in central Turkey was doing something completely ordinary. Renovating his basement. Knocking down an old wall to create more storage space, he expected to find more stone, maybe some old masonry that needed repair. Instead, his hammer broke through into empty space. Darkness, a room carved from volcanic rock, and at the back of that room, a passage descending into blackness. He followed it down, and what he found changed everything. But before I tell you what archaeologists discovered when they finally mapped what lay beneath his house, I need you to stay with me until the second half of this story, because that's where you'll learn something crucial. Not just what this place is, but why understanding it will help you sleep tonight. Why knowing what these ancient people feared and how they survived will make your own anxieties feel smaller, more manageable, more temporary. Once you understand what drove thousands of people to live in absolute darkness 85 meters underground for months at a time, once you grasp the psychology of survival they mastered, you'll be able to let go of whatever's keeping you awake right now. You'll feel grateful for things you usually take for granted, and then you'll sleep. So stay with me. The answer is coming. But first, let me show you what they built. And more importantly, let me show you what it felt like to live there. Now, before we descend, take a moment, dim the lights if you can, get comfortable, adjust your pillow, feel the softness of your bed beneath you. Notice how easy it is to breathe, how warm you are, how much space you have to stretch out. Remember these sensations, because we're about to go somewhere very different, somewhere cold and dark and confining, somewhere that will make you appreciate every comfort you have right now. Let's go down together into the stone. Imagine you've just woken up, but not in your bed, not in your time. You are in Kaymakli. The year is 780 BC. You are part of a community that has just received warning. Danger is coming. You don't know exactly what kind. Raiders, an army, something worse, but you know what to do. You've practiced this. Your grandparents practiced this. This underground city has been here for generations, expanded and improved by each one. And now it's your turn to use it. You grab what you can, a clay jar of grain, a water skin, your youngest child, still half asleep and confused. Your elderly mother needs help walking. There's no time to bring much, no time to think. Just move down into the earth. The entrance is narrow. You have to duck. The ceiling is low, maybe 5 feet high. Your back bends. Your neck strains. You're carrying your child and trying to help your mother, and the passage keeps descending, stone steps carved directly into volcanic rock, worn smooth by countless feet over countless years. The air changes almost immediately. The temperature drops. The smell hits you. Damp earth, old smoke, stone that never sees sunlight. Behind you, more people are pushing down the passage. You can hear them. Footsteps, breathing, a child crying somewhere in the darkness. Someone drops something and curses. You keep moving down, Your oil lamp flickers. The flame is small, barely enough to see 3 feet ahead. The smoke from it stings your eyes immediately, makes them water, burns your throat when you breathe. But you can't put it out. Without light, you can't see anything at all. The darkness here is absolute, 1 level down. Then another. The passage twists. You have to turn sideways in some sections, the walls pressing against your shoulders. Your mother is struggling. She's old. The low ceilings force her to bend in ways her back can't handle anymore. You hear her joints cracking, hear her stifled groan of pain. Your child is crying now too, asking questions you can't answer. Where are we going? Why is it so dark? When can we go home? You don't know. No one has told you how long you'll be down here this time. Days? Weeks? Months? You reach your assigned level. The 3rd one down. Maybe 30 meters below the surface. Your section of the city. Other families are already here, settling into carved alcoves, lighting their own lamps, creating small circles of smoky light in the overwhelming darkness. You find your family space. It's a small chamber carved into the wall, maybe 8 feet by 6 feet. Low ceiling, you can't stand upright. Stone floor, stone walls, stone ceiling. Everything is stone, and the stone is cold. Cold in a way that goes beyond temperature. It's the cold of earth that never warms, of rock that has been this temperature for thousands of years and will stay this temperature forever. You set your child down, spread out the single blanket you managed to grab. It's wool, but thin. It won't be enough. You already know that. You've been down here before. You know how the cold works in Kaymakli. It doesn't hit you all at once. It seeps in, slowly, through the stone floor, into your bones, through the walls into your back when you lean against them, through the air into your lungs with every breath. Someone nearby rolls the first stone door shut. You hear it, the grinding of stone on stone, the deep, hollow boom as 500 kilograms of carved rock settles into place, sealing this level from the one above. The sound echoes through the passages, seems to go on forever. When it finally stops, the silence that follows is worse, because now you know you're sealed in, committed. Whatever happens next, you're here until someone decides it's safe to open the doors again. You try to get comfortable. Impossible. The floor is hard stone, uneven. You can feel every irregularity pressing into your hip, your shoulder, your spine. Your child is shivering. Your mother is already coughing. The smoke from dozens of oil lamps is accumulating in the chamber, hanging in the air like fog. There's no place for it to go. The ventilation shafts are there, working, pulling fresh air down from the surface, but not fast enough. Never fast enough. Your eyes are burning, watering constantly. Every breath tastes of smoke and damp stone. Your back is already aching from the bent posture the low ceiling forces on you. And it's been less than an hour. This is your life now for however long the danger lasts. Days, weeks, months in darkness, in cold. in smoke, in stone. Let me tell you what the first night is like, because the first night is always the worst. The darkness is absolute once people start extinguishing lamps to save oil. Your family keeps one burning. You have to. You can't navigate without it. But others are going dark. And when they do, the blackness rushes in like water filling a space. It's not like nighttime darkness in the surface world. That darkness is never complete. There's always ambient light, stars, moon, distant fires. Your eyes adjust. Here, there is nothing. When you hold your hand directly in front of your face, you cannot see it. The darkness is a physical presence, a weight. It presses against your eyes, makes your brain manufacture phantom lights, little sparks and flashes that aren't real, just your visual cortex trying to make sense of input that isn't coming. The smoke gets worse as the night goes on. More families cooking small meals over tiny fires, burning oil in lamps. The air becomes thick, viscous. Each breath is work. You can feel the smoke coating your lungs, settling into your chest. Your child coughs, then coughs again, then can't stop coughing. The sound echoes off stone walls. Other children join in. A chorus of coughing in the darkness. It goes on for hours. Your mother needs to relieve herself. There's a designated area, a chamber with channels carved into the floor to drain waste away to lower levels. But it's a 2-minute walk through passages and she can't make it alone. You have to help her. Leave your child with a neighbor. Take the lamp and navigate the twisting corridors. The smell hits you before you reach the waste chamber. Human waste, urine, feces. Hundreds of people living in close quarters. No matter how sophisticated the drainage, the smell accumulates, clings to the stone, saturates the air. You breathe through your mouth. Try not to gag. Help your mother squat over the channel. Try not to look. Try not to think about how long you'll be doing this. How many times a day. How the smell will only get worse as days turn to weeks. You make it back to your alcove. Your child has fallen asleep finally, but fitfully, twitching, making small distressed sounds, dreaming, probably nightmares. Everyone has nightmares in Kaymakli. How could you not? You try to sleep. Can't. The stone floor is too hard. The cold is seeping deeper into your bones. Your back is screaming. Every position is uncomfortable. When you lie on your side, your hip digs into stone. On your back, your spine can't find a natural curve. On your stomach, your neck has to twist at an angle that makes it throb. And the sounds, constant sounds echoing through stone passages. People shifting, coughing, whispering, children crying. Somewhere, an argument. Voices raised. Then, silence again. Then, footsteps. Someone else making the journey to the waste chamber. More coughing. An animal, a goat maybe, bleating in distress. The sound bounces off walls, comes from everywhere and nowhere. You doze, wake, doze, wake. Each time you wake, there's a moment of disorientation. Where am I? Then you remember. Oh, Still here, still in the stone, still in the darkness. How long have you been asleep? Minutes? Hours? There's no way to know. No sunlight to mark the passage of time. No change in temperature. No change in anything. Time becomes fluid, meaningless. Eventually, something that might be morning happens. Not because anything changes, but because enough people decide it's morning. Lamps are relit. People start moving around. The sounds increase. Someone is grinding grain, the scraping of stone on stone. The community is waking up, choosing to call this the start of a new day, even though nothing distinguishes it from the night that just ended. You sit up, your back cracks, audibly, painfully. You've been folded into an uncomfortable position for hours, and your body is protesting. Everything hurts. Your neck, your shoulders, your hips. Your spine feels compressed, like the weight of stone above you is pressing down, shortening you, grinding your vertebrae together. Your child wakes, immediately asks when you're going home. You don't have an answer? You don't know. No one knows. That's part of the terror, the uncertainty. You're here until someone in authority decides the threat has passed. That could be today, or not. Breakfast is grain porridge. You mix grain with a little water from your water skin. The water tastes of stone, mineral, slightly metallic. It's clean. The wells in Kaymakli tap-deep aquifers, naturally filtered through volcanic rock. But it doesn't taste right. Doesn't taste like surface water. Your child refuses to drink it at first, says it tastes bad. You force them. They have to drink. Dehydration down here is dangerous. The porridge is bland, gritty. Your child picks at it, complains. They want meat, fruit, fresh bread. You explain patiently that there is no fresh anything down here. This is what you have. This is what you'll eat for however long you're here. Grain, dried fruit if you're lucky, salted meat that's probably half spoiled already. That's it. Your mother is worse this morning. The cold and damp are aggravating her joints. Her hands are swollen, fingers bent at wrong angles. Arthritis. It's always bad, but down here, it becomes unbearable. She can't grip things properly, can't feed herself easily. You have to help. Spoon porridge into her mouth like she's a child. She hates it. You can see the humiliation in her eyes. But what choice is there? After breakfast, you try to occupy yourself. There's nothing to do, no work, no tasks, no purpose, just waiting. Existing in the darkness and cold and smoke, waiting for word that it's safe to leave. Some people will gather in the chapel, a larger chamber, carved with more care. Symbols scratched in the walls, a crude altar. They pray, ask their gods for protection, for patience, for strength to endure. You don't join them. You can't. Your mother needs watching. Your child needs comfort. You walk the passages instead, slowly, bent over under the low ceilings. Your child holds your hand, asks questions. Why are the ceilings so low? You don't know. Maybe to save labor. Maybe to use less stone. Maybe because people were shorter then when this level was carved. Maybe for defense. Attackers would be bent over. Vulnerable. You make something up that sounds reasonable. How deep are we? Maybe 30 meters. Maybe more. You're not sure. You've never measured. All you know is there are levels below you. More families. More chambers. Going deeper. If this level is breached, you'll retreat further down. If that's breached, further still. The city is designed for layered retreat, for giving up space to buy time. What if they find us? You lie. They won't. But you're not sure? You're never sure. That's what makes this bearable and unbearable at the same time. Maybe you're completely safe. Maybe the doors are impregnable. Maybe whoever is up there will never find the entrance. Or maybe they will. Maybe they're looking right now. Maybe they'll breach the first door soon. Maybe you'll hear the sound of stone grinding as they force their way through. Maybe you'll have to run deeper. You don't know. No one knows. And that no knowing sits in your stomach like a stone. Heavy, cold, constant. The day passes. Slowly. So slowly. Without sunlight. Without any external markers. Time feels stretched. Distorted. Has it been 3 hours since breakfast? 6? You can't tell. Your body's internal clock is confused, throwing random signals. You feel tired when you should feel alert. Alert when you should be tired. Your sleep cycle is breaking down already, and it's only been 1 day. Lunch is the same as breakfast. Grain, water. Your child is getting irritable, whining. They want to run, to play, to move freely, but there's no space. The passages are narrow, the ceilings low, the chambers small. You can't run, can't play, can only sit or stand hunched or walk slowly through cramped stone corridors that all look identical in the flickering lamplight. Other children are the same. You can hear them throughout the level. Crying, complaining, fighting with siblings, their parents trying to maintain control, to keep them quiet, to manage behavior and circumstances that make management impossible. Someone nearby is spanking their child. You hear the impact, the wail that follows. Feel sympathy for both parent and child. Everyone is at their limit already. By what you decide is afternoon, though it could be evening or morning for all you know, your child asks the question you've been dreading. When can we leave? I don't know. But when? I don't know. Soon maybe. How soon? I don't know. Why don't you know? Because you're trapped down here waiting for someone to decide it's safe. Because the threat above might last days, or weeks, or months. Because this is what survival looks like. It's not glorious. It's not heroic. It's just waiting in darkness and discomfort and uncertainty, hoping the danger passes before you run out of food or water or sanity. But you can't say that, so you just repeat, I don't know, until your child stops asking. Evening, or what you designate as evening, brings the same meal. Grain and water. You're already sick of it. Your child refuses to eat. You don't force them this time. Let them go hungry. Maybe they'll eat tomorrow, maybe not. Children can survive missed meals. It's fine. Your mother's cough is worse, deeper, wetter. The smoke is destroying her lungs. She's old, vulnerable. The damp and cold and smoke are a terrible combination for someone her age. You know people who've died in Kaymakli, not from violence, from infections that spread through the close quarters, from lungs that couldn't handle the smoke, from bodies that just gave up in the cold and darkness. You don't want to think about that. Don't want to imagine bringing your mother's body up when the doors finally open. Don't want to imagine digging a grave in the surface world for someone who died beneath it. Night returns. Not that anything changes, but people start settling down again. Extinguishing lamps. The temperature drops further. You huddle with your child and mother under the single blanket. It's not enough. The cold seeps through. Makes your muscles clench. Your teeth want to chatter, but you clench your jaw to stop them. Can't waste energy. Can't burn calories you might need later. Small body pressed against yours, trying to steal warmth. Your mother is shaking violently. Her old body can't regulate temperature anymore, can't generate enough heat. You try to warm her with your own body, but it's not enough. Nothing is enough. The stone drinks heat, pulls it away, leaves you all cold and getting colder. Sleep is worse the second night. Your body is more aware of the discomfort now. The stone floor isn't just hard, it's agony. Your hip bone is bruised from pressure. Your shoulder is numb. Your back is in constant spasm. Every position is torture. You shift again, shift again. Never comfortable, never even close to comfortable. And the sounds at night are worse. Someone is having a nightmare, screaming in their sleep. The sound echoes through passages. Terrifying, echoing. You can't tell where it's coming from. Could be next to you, could be 3 levels away. The acoustics down here are impossible to interpret. Animals are making noise, restless, stressed. They don't understand why they're trapped in stone, why there's no grass, no sunlight. A goat is bleating continuously, on and on. The sound drilling into your skull. Someone yells at the goat. The goat doesn't care, keeps bleating. Eventually, someone shuts it up somehow. You don't want to know how. More coughing, constant coughing. It's spreading. The smoke is affecting everyone. You start coughing too. Can't help it. Your lungs are filling with irritants. Your throat is raw. Every cough scrapes, burns. You try to suppress it. Can't. Your child wakes up from your coughing, starts coughing themselves. It becomes a cycle. You cough. They wake. They cough harder. Wake your mother. She coughs. The 3 of you huddled in the darkness, coughing, unable to stop. You don't sleep that night. Not really. You exist in a state between waking and sleeping, aware of discomfort but too exhausted to fully wake, dreaming but too uncomfortable to fully sleep, trapped in a twilight state that's worse than either. When morning is declared again, you feel worse than you did before you lay down. Your body is screaming. Everything hurts. Your eyes are so dry and irritated from smoke that they hurt to move. Your throat is destroyed. Your back feels like someone beat you with a club. And this is only day 2. Let me tell you what day 5 feels like. By day 5, the novelty of discomfort has worn off. This isn't an adventure anymore. This isn't a temporary inconvenience. This is your life. This is existence. And you don't know when it will end. The food is running low. Not critically. Kaymakli was built to store provisions for months. But your family's personal stores are depleting. The grain jar is half empty. You're rationing smaller portions. Your child is constantly hungry, constantly asking for more. You don't have more to give. The water situation is better. The wells are reliable. But fetching water means navigating to the well chamber, waiting in line. It takes time, energy you don't have. Your mother is significantly worse. Her cough is productive now. Phlegm, you can hear it rattling in her lungs. She has a fever. You can feel it radiating from her skin. There's nothing you can do. No medicine. No way to ease her suffering. Just water and prayer and hoping her body fights off whatever infection is taking hold. Your child has stopped asking when you can leave. Stopped asking questions at all. They're shutting down, going quiet, staring at the wall in the lamplight, not playing, not speaking unless spoken to. You recognize it. Depression. A child's mind protecting itself from unbearable circumstances by retreating inward. You don't blame them. You're doing the same thing. Your thoughts have become sluggish, repetitive. You think the same thoughts over and over. When will this end? How much longer? Will we survive this? Can I keep my family alive? Round and round. A mental spiral that leads nowhere. The social fabric of your level is fraying. Arguments are constant now. People snapping at each other over nothing. Over space. Over noise. Over children getting too close to someone else's alcove. Over borrowed items not returned. Over perceived slights that wouldn't matter on the surface, but down here, in the pressure of confinement, become enormous grievances. 2 families almost come to violence over a spilled jar. One family's child accidentally knocked over another family's grain. It spills on the stone floor, mixes with dirt, and can't be salvaged. The family who lost the grain is furious, screaming. The other family is apologetic but defensive. It becomes a shouting match, men squaring up, chests puffed, ready to fight. Others intervene, pull them apart, remind them that fighting helps no one, that you're all in this together, that the grain can be replaced from communal stores. The tension de-escalates. Barely, but you can feel it. The violence lurking just beneath the surface. People push to their limits, one wrong word away from snapping. You stay away from communal areas. Keep to your alcove. Don't make eye contact with neighbors. Don't want to risk interaction that could turn hostile. Safety means isolation, silence, making yourself as small and unobtrusive as possible. By day 5, you've stopped tracking time carefully. What's the point? Morning, evening, night. They're all the same. Dark, cold, smoky. The labels are arbitrary. You sleep when exhaustion forces you to, wake when discomfort forces you to, eat when hunger becomes unbearable, exist in the spaces between. Your body is adapting in ways you don't like. Your muscles are atrophying. There's no room to move, to exercise, to stretch properly. You're always bent, always compressed. Your body is conforming to the space. You're becoming smaller, weaker, more suited to stone and darkness than to surface and light. Your eyes are changing too. They're adjusting to low light. When lamps are bright, they hurt. You prefer dimness now. Darkness feels more natural. That terrifies you. You're becoming a creature of the deep, a thing that lives in stone. When you finally return to the surface, if you return, will you even be able to handle sunlight? Let me tell you about the worst part, the part that no one talks about but everyone experiences, the psychological weight. It's not the discomfort, not the hunger or cold or smoke. Those are physical, temporary, survivable. The psychological weight is different. It's the knowledge that you are buried, that there are 30 meters of solid stone above your head, that if something goes wrong, if the ventilation fails, if the doors jam, if the passages collapse, you die. You all die, trapped underground like rats in a hole. That knowledge sits on you, heavy, constant. You can't escape it. Every time you look up at the low stone ceiling, you're reminded. Every time you navigate a narrow passage with walls pressing in, you're reminded. Every time you hear the grinding of stone doors, you're reminded. You are underground, buried, sealed away from the world of light and air and life. And some part of your mind, the primitive part that controls fear, is screaming, has been screaming since you descended, screaming that this is wrong, that humans don't belong here, that you need to get out now, that staying here will kill you, but you can't leave. The doors are sealed. The danger above is still there. Leaving means death. Staying might mean death too, but slower, more uncertain. So you stay, and the screaming in your primitive brain gets quieter, but never stops. Never fully stops, just becomes background noise. The psychological equivalent of tinnitus, a constant high-pitched whine of terror that you learn to ignore, but never stops affecting you. People break. You see it happen. Someone on your level has a panic attack, starts screaming that they need out, need air, need sky. They run for the stone door, start pounding on it, trying to move 500 kilograms of rock by force, screaming, begging, pleading. Others restrain them, gently at first, then firmly when they don't stop, hold them down, try to calm them. But the person is beyond calm, beyond reason. Eyes wild, breathing in gasps. They've broken. Their mind has reached its limit and snapped. Eventually, they exhaust themselves, go limp, lie on the stone floor sobbing, making sounds that aren't quite human. Animal sounds, sounds of a creature in unbearable distress. You watch this, feel sympathy, feel horror, feel relief that it's not you, not yet. but you also feel recognition because you understand. You felt that edge, that moment where your mind wants to reject everything and demand escape. You've just managed to hold on, barely. How much longer can you hold on? How much longer before you're the one screaming at the door? Day 7 brings change, but not the change you want. Word comes down from the upper levels, past person to person through the passages. The danger isn't over. Whatever is happening on the surface is still happening. You're staying down indefinitely. The mood shifts immediately. The fragile hope that kept people going, the belief that this would end soon, shatters. This isn't temporary. This is indefinite. You might be down here for weeks more, months. You might die down here. Your mother knows. You can see it in her eyes. She's not going to survive this. Her fever is worse. Her cough is bringing up blood now. Her body is shutting down. The cold and damp and smoke and infection are killing her. And there's nothing you can do. No medicine, no fresh air, no sunshine to warm her old bones and give her strength. You hold her hand. Tell her it will be okay. Lie to her the way you lie to your child, the way everyone lies to each other down here, because truth is unbearable. She knows you're lying, squeezes your hand weakly, tries to smile, fails, falls into fitful sleep. Your child asks why grandmother isn't eating. She's not hungry. Why not? She's sick. Will she get better? Can't. The lie won't come. Your child understands anyway. Goes quiet, curls up next to your mother, holds her hand, stays there. That night, your mother's breathing changes, becomes ragged, irregular. She's gasping, fighting for air. Her lungs are failing, filling with fluid, drowning from the inside. You stay with her, hold her. Your child holds her other hand. The three of you huddled in lamplight while she dies. Slowly, gasping, struggling. It takes hours. When she finally stops breathing, the silence is deafening. You sit there, numb. Your child is crying. You can't cry, can't feel anything except empty. You'll have to move her body. Can't keep it in your alcove. It will decay, smell, spread disease. You'll have to carry her to a designated chamber. Leave her there with other bodies. When the doors finally open, if they open, bodies will be brought to the surface for burial. But that's later. For now, you just sit. Hold your mother's cooling hand. Remember when she was alive, when she was warm, when she lived in the world of light and air instead of dying in stone and darkness. Your child asks, is grandmother with the gods now? Hope it's true. Hope there's something after this, some place that isn't cold stone and smoke and suffering. But you don't really believe it. You believe she's just gone, that this is all there is, that we live and die, and in between we suffer. And sometimes we suffer in stone 30 meters underground, and that's just how it is. Let me tell you something else, something important. You're not actually in Kaymakli. You're not in 780 BC. You're not watching your mother die in darkness. You're not rationing grain and drinking water that tastes of stone. You're in a bed, a comfortable bed. The air you're breathing is fresh, clean, no smoke. The temperature is controlled. You're warm or cool, whatever you prefer. You're comfortable. You can move, stretch, stand up if you want. Walk to a window and look at the sky. See stars or sun or clouds. See the horizon. Feel space around you instead of stone pressing in. You have food. Real food. Not grain and dried fruit. Fresh food. Different flavors. Choices. More than you need. Enough that you throw some away because there's too much. You have clean water from a tap. Unlimited. You can shower, bathe, wash your hands whenever you want, drink whenever you're thirsty, without rationing or worrying about supply. You have light, real light. Electric light that doesn't produce smoke, doesn't make your eyes burn, doesn't require oil that runs out. Just flip a switch and there's light. Instant, reliable, safe. You have privacy, space, a room, a bed. You're not cramped into a stone alcove with family members pressed against you. You can be alone if you want, can close a door, can have silence. You have time, not the fluid, meaningless time of darkness, but real time, clocks, schedules, day and night that follow predictable patterns. Your circadian rhythm works. Your body knows when to sleep, when to wake. You're not dying of smoke inhalation. Your lungs are fine. Your body is fine. You're not watching loved ones deteriorate, not wondering if you'll survive to see tomorrow. You're safe, not relatively safe, not safer than being on the surface during danger. Safe, actually safe. No threat, no danger, no reason to hide, no reason to suffer. The people of Kaymakli didn't have that. They lived with recurring danger so terrible that 30 meters of stone between them and the surface felt safer than staying above. They built this city over generations because they knew, not feared, knew that the threat would come back again and again, that their children and grandchildren would need this refuge. They endured darkness and cold and smoke and confinement and death because the alternative was worse. But you don't have to endure anything. Your life, the one you sometimes complain about, the one that feels stressful or difficult or overwhelming, is paradise compared to life in Kaymakli. Every problem you have right now is a problem that doesn't involve stone crushing you, or smoke choking you, or darkness swallowing you, or cold seeping into your bones until you can't remember what warmth feels like. Your anxiety, whatever it is, exists in a context of safety and comfort and abundance that people in 780 BC couldn't even imagine. Not to diminish your feelings, your stress is real, your worries are valid, but perspective matters. The people of Kaymakli survived the worst that humanity can endure, and their descendants, and eventually the threats passed or diminished, and life returned to the surface, and civilization continued. Your challenges will pass too. They'll diminish, they'll become manageable, or they'll resolve. or you'll adapt, or all of the above. But tonight, you don't have to solve anything. Don't have to be strong or brave or resilient. You just have to sleep, and sleeping is easy when you're not in stone, when you're in a soft bed, when you're warm and safe and comfortable. The city of Kaymakli still exists. Tourists visit, walk through the passages, see the stone doors and wells and chapels, marvel at the engineering, take photos. But it's empty now. Silent, the oil lamps are extinguished, the chambers are vacant, no families huddled in darkness, no children asking when they can go home, no elderly dying of smoke and cold. Just stone, patient stone, waiting stone, stone that holds the memory of suffering and survival but no longer contains either. The doors are open now, have been for thousands of years. No one needs to seal them. No danger demands retreat. The world above is safe enough, or at least safer, safe enough that living in darkness is no longer necessary. The city waits, ready if needed, but not needed. Probably never needed again. Just a monument now, a reminder, a testament to what humans will do to survive, what will endure, what will build, the lengths we'll go to protect the people we love. And that's what you should remember as you drift off tonight. Not the suffering, not the darkness or cold or fear. The survival. The resilience, the fact that humans endured the unendurable and came through, built something permanent, something that protected generations, something that worked. You carry that resilience, that same capacity to endure and adapt and survive. It's in you, part of your ancestry, part of your species. You are descended from people who survived Kaymakli and places like it, who lived through things that should have broken them, who found ways to carry on. You have that strength, even if you don't feel it, even if you feel weak or scared or overwhelmed. It's there, deep in your bones, written in your DNA. And tonight, you don't even need it. You're not in Kaymakli. You're safe, comfortable, free. So let go. Release the tension. Unclench your jaw. Relax your shoulders. Feel the softness beneath you, the warmth around you, the easy movement of air in and out of your lungs. Breathe. Just breathe. Clean air. No smoke, no effort. The city of stone has released you. The cold has released you. You're free, and you're exactly where you need to be. Sleep now. The ancient walls of Kaymakli stand guard over silence. The passages wind through stone, leading nowhere now, connecting empty chambers where families once huddled. The ventilation shafts still breathe. Air still moves through them, pulled by convection, flowing from surface to depth and back. The wells still hold water, clear, cold, filtered through volcanic rock for thousands of years. Everything still works. The engineering is still sound. The doors still roll if you push them. The tracks are worn but functional. The city is ready, has been ready for 2,000 years, will be ready for 2,000 more. But it waits unused, patient, silent, holding memories of smoke and fear and survival, but experiencing none of them now. Just stone, just darkness, just silence. And you are not there. You are here, in light, in warmth, in safety. The stone remembers, so you don't have to. The darkness holds the fear, so you don't have to. The city preserves the memory of suffering, so you can rest without it. Sleep. And while it waits, you can sleep peacefully, deeply, knowing that whatever hardships your ancestors endured, you don't have to endure them tonight. You're home. You're safe. You're comfortable. And that's enough. That's everything. Sleep, please.